What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Copart walk around at Auto Auction Rebuild. So we're gonna make this set of videos, this set of 3 coming out Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. These are gonna be fairly short videos. I'm trying out something a little bit different. I just got back from Indiana. It was a long drive. It was about 11 hours each way. So I just got back. I'm exhausted, and it's like already 100 freaking degrees out here. So I'm gonna just run through these videos as quickly as possible. We'll see if you guys like the shorter format better than the longer format. I don't know how long these are gonna take, but instead of talking, I'm gonna jump right into it. Right here, we've got a 2012 Mercedes C250. Definitely got some serious front end damage right here. This one's gonna take a little bit to fix. Let's take a quick look at it here. 70,495 miles on the odometer. No bags are deployed on this one, so that'll save you a few bucks right there for sure, right? We're not gonna be able to open that hood. It's listed as a run and drive, so we'll pop the key in and we'll see. Look at that, 109 degrees. I'm telling you, it's the humidity out here is what it is. She still runs great. Yeah, it runs absolutely great. Check daytime running lights. Yeah, no kidding, no kidding. The brake light is on, although the brakes feel fine. There we go. The e-brake was on a little bit. Oh, the gas doesn't work. Look at this. The gas pedal doesn't work. Okay, well, the brakes work. It goes into gear. Very strange that it didn't blow that airbag, right? We'll go ahead and shut it off because it says low coolant, and most likely it's not low on coolant, it has no coolant. If it's low coolant, it means there's still some in it. Let's see. No, they've got all this held up. I'm not gonna take this off. Okay. That was a really hard impact right here, man. That really was. I wonder what other damage there is down here. Yeah, this is gonna take quite a bit to fix. I'm not interested in fixing this one, but I figured I'd come out and take a quick look at it. Just in case it was in better shape than it looked in the pictures. It can go both ways, boys. Sometimes it's in better shape than it looks, and sometimes it's in worse condition than it looks. You just got to come out here and look at it for yourselves. There's also significant hail damage I didn't see all over. There's scrapes in the paint everywhere. Lots of hail damage. So, oh man. I mean, the hood's got to be replaced anyway, but tons of hail damage all over this car. So that definitely makes it a no-go for me. You combine an accident with a ton of hail damage, this is going to be a car. It's not going to be profitable for someone like me, but it doesn't mean it's not profitable for somebody else. Moving on. How about a 2017 Mazda CX3? I think it's apparent what happened to this one. I mean, this is a tree or a telephone pole, and look at what it did to the motor here, guys. I mean, obviously this thing had like no miles on it. Look, the motor looks brand new in there. There's no sign of grease or anything. I mean, it shoved the motor all the way back. It looks like the motor's sitting underneath the dash. I mean, the motor pushed the firewall in. There's the crank pulley down there. I mean, this thing is toast. I mean, just toast. It smashed and broke the block down there, which is not that big of a deal because the block is made of aluminum. So, but I'll tell you what survived? The PCV valve is sitting here. It's still good. I don't know where exactly to sit that. We'll put that back over there on the starter. Look at that, though. Man. Tree limb. I guess I was right. It's a tree. No odometer. Yeah, this thing is done. Like, I don't think there's anything that survived the wreck at all. You know, bags are blown, so they're no good. The whole front end is toast. The engine's toast. Transmission's probably no good either. So this is I mean, you might be able to salvage some interior parts out of it or something. There's some stuff splattered all over the place. It looks like Coke, some soda or something splattered everywhere. This is a hard impact. I mean, look at the dashboard. I don't know how well you can see it because of the broken glass, but the dash has been pushed in. All of this stuff is all out of whack. Everything has been shifted and moved out of place because the engine actually came through part of the firewall. Look at the gas pedal. Yeah. They felt that one, man. Hope they're all okay. But you definitely felt that. This thing, it doesn't even have a temp tag. Like, it's still got just the little vanity plate from the dealership. Whew. Look at this, guys. Here we got a little more carnage in 07 Toyota Camry. And you know what the crazy thing is? These Toyotas, they go for a lot of money. Toyotas and Nissans, they really do sell pretty high for salvage cars, in my opinion anyway. My experience, I should say. It's not just an opinion, it's been my experience. These things sell a little on the high side, so that's why you guys don't tend to see them on my channel. They're just, in my opinion, they're too expensive. They cost too much to purchase. So yeah, there's that. It's a non-runner. See what the rest of the body looks like here. I mean, it looks pretty good except for the front end. With all this dust though, it's hard to see the condition of the paint, but it's probably fine. It's a pretty good sized car. It's a little bit older. Man, what happened in there? Good night. Well, somebody had a field day with this, didn't they? Huh. Oh, it smells like water. It smells strong of water. Mold, mildew, something like that. Yeah, this thing's just got it's got too much damage, and the engine looks like it took a hit too. It did. It sure did. The engine took a nice little hit up there, so I wouldn't, nah, I wouldn't touch it. Parts car, and because it's an 07, like how in demand are any of these parts anyway, you know? Let's see what the driver's side front seat looks like. I'm telling you though, the sniff test is a fail. It's like a 1. Oh wow, the speedometer looks like it's stuck where the accident happened. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it, but it's stuck at like 45 miles an hour. How about that? Whew, good God, that stinks. Here we have a 2017 Ford Escape Titanium. Another one that took a really good front-end collision. It's definitely shifted everything. It's real hard to see, like, if you, this is, I tell you guys all the time, come out here and look at these cars in person. You know, you're not going to see this in the pictures. You know, you can't see fine details like the gap that is gone right here. You know, this is stuff that you're going to come out here and want to see. How far back does the damage go? You've got practically an overlap right here, but the gap looks fine here. So you can pretty much guarantee the damage stopped up there. You know, you can't see that in a picture, and it's real risky to bid on something without knowing the extent of the damage to begin with. You know, I mean, the pictures are great. They're fine to look at. And I'll also tell you something else right here. There was previous damage here. I can feel it and I can see it. I mean, you could definitely, I don't know if you guys can see it in the camera, but there's body work here. Definitely body work there. Again, overlapping over here from where it shoved everything back. And you can see this took a real hard hit. At the same time, it looks like it went into the motor. Again, it sure did. It sure did. It went right into the motor. So, dang. Let's see what the inside looks like. I mean, obviously we got blown bags. Well, that's not too bad. Driver airbag and the knee bolster bag. Passenger bags are good. Side airbags? Yeah, side airbags are good. Another reason to come out here and check is because a lot of times the insurance company or the body shop, you know, whoever, will actually cut the airbags because they're hanging down and in the way. They cut them and they tuck them to get them up out of the way. So you might see pictures and think that it's got good bags, but in reality, the bags have been cut and tucked. And this is a car you're probably going to see at least twice. Well, not this particular car, not this exact car, but this is an 09 Mini Cooper, and you're going to see at least 2 more of these throughout this week's Copart walk-around videos, and there's a reason for that. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'm sure you can guess. This one would be parts car for me. It is a flood. It's a non-runner. I mean, we can always attempt to get it started and see if it'll run and everything, but I'm not putting too much money in that. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've taken a huge step back from the flood cars lately. I had some luck to begin with, but I have learned with time, through trial and error, that a lot of these flood cars, they're not good deals, man. A lot of times when they get flooded, it's a done deal. You know, that's why they're salvage. That's why the insurance company totaled them. Especially once water gets into the engine. I'm not overly concerned with water getting in the interior and things like that, but it's water getting into the engine, into the transmission, or a rear differential, or a transfer case. Like that's where I become concerned, because unfortunately, once that happens, it becomes very difficult to save them. You may be able to get them running again, but the real question is, like, for how long, you know? So yeah, I'd be kind of staying away from them. So this is not the turbo, is it? No, this is naturally aspirated, I guess. I thought this was a turbo. Why am I thinking this is turbo? I don't see the turbo down there anywhere. Okay, because this is not an S. This is not a Mini Cooper S. Gotcha. I actually think these are interesting little cars. Check the oil here. Huh. Oh, the dipstick doesn't want to go back in. It's not wanting to cooperate with me. Well, the engine looks to be in really good shape. I don't know how well you can see down there. But it's actually not bad looking. Everything is very clean and very shiny. See if we can get this oil filler cap back on. I take a little extra time on the cars that I actually like. You know, the ones I'm actually interested in. You see me really looking around, looking for oil leaks, coolant leaks, splatters of anything anywhere. Astro Black Metallic. So, someone left that sitting on there. We'll drop that down a little bit. Get out of the way of the hood. Back tires look good. Front tires don't. The interior actually looks to be in really good shape. What's the mileage on this? I don't even see the mileage written on here anywhere. I'm actually considering one of these. It's only because it's a weird car to me, and I kind of like it. Not weird in a bad way. Like, it's weird in that the whole design is just off to me. It's completely different. It looks so small, but when I'm sitting in it right here, ladies and gentlemen, I look at my leg room, and I'm almost 6 feet tall. I'm 5'11" and a half. All right, just barely under 6 feet. But look at this, I got plenty of leg room. Actually, in this car, I would need to scoot the seat up to right here to be comfortable. And there's just plenty of room. It seems that most of these are stick shifts. I'm sure they have some automatics, but most of the ones I've seen are sticks. I kind of like, you got a sport mode, traction control off. We already know it's dead as a doornail. It's not going to start. And it's got this cool little puck to start it. Kind of bizarre, but you slide the little puck up in there, right? And then you push to start, push to stop, and pull your little puck out. It's a cute car, and I've got an opportunity to pick one up here, and I'm really thinking about it, but I'm a little leery. So I'm looking for something that I might be able to use for parts if I were to need it. But the one I'm looking at is an S, so it's turbocharged, not supercharged. Comment below, tell me what you think of the little Mini Coopers. Like I said, this is one I've never had before. I can't figure out how to, ow, that's hot, my goodness. I can't figure out how to open the dang thing. I thought there'd be a deal here, but I don't feel it. And it's got the panoramic roof, which is kind of cool too. Yeah, it's all right. What do you think? Comment below, what do you think of the little Mini Cooper S? Well, not this Mini Cooper, but the Mini Cooper S in general. Comment below, tell me what you think. You guys remember the Chrysler 300 from last week, right? I had a lot of you saying that I didn't hold the start button long enough, and I wasn't aware of that, so we're gonna try it again. I'm gonna hold, my foot is on the brake, I'm gonna hold. Yeah, okay. Just letting you guys see, it says it's in the run position. It says run. So you guys told me that I didn't hold it long enough. It don't do anything. You can hold that button and nothing. Okay, we'll turn it off. Now it's in the off position. Save the battery for somebody else. Now, so many of you asked me to review this car, so I decided I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm not buying it, I'll tell you that right now. I'm not interested in buying it at all. The only reason I'm doing a video on it is because you guys said, man, please, please, please check out the 3000 GT. I know you think I don't read your comments. You think I don't read your comments. You think that I'm lazy and I don't read your comments, but I do. And I saw several of you that wanted a video of the 3000 GT. And I've had these. I've had it's a Mitsubishi 3000 GT and the Dodge Stealth. I've had both, and believe it or not, okay, they're not fast cars unless you get the VR4. The VR4 is a quick car, and it's got four-wheel steering, and it's all-wheel drive. The VR4 is a beast. Even by today's standards, I'd say that VR4 is a beast. But these are very fun cars, and they're not just fun, they're not super fast, and that's what I actually like about them. They handle very well. They're nimble cars, and the body styling is something that's just never going to get old to me. This body style will never be dated as far as I'm concerned. It still looks like it's a rocket ship. The interior looks like you're in an airplane about to take off, okay? This is a phenomenal body style. I absolutely love it, always have, always will. And I've had the automatic. They're all good cars. They're all great cars, and they're reliable. The main thing to remember about an Eclipse, did I just call? I just called it an eclipse. The main thing to remember about a 3000 GT or Stealth is change your timing belt. Whether it's a VR4 or not, get that timing belt changed, boys, please. Or girls too. We got a few females on here. Let's see if it, somebody left the key in the ignition. They did. They did, and it's dead. It's dead. Dang it. It's sitting here in a, no, it's not. Ooh, boy, that's hot. That's hot. Look at the gauges, man. Look at that. I love the gauges on this. Now, these cars generally are going to be in pretty rough shape by now. They're older. Usually they were not treated very well. And this one in particular has got a little bit of front end damage. Nothing at all that would stop you from putting it back on the road. Nothing. I just wonder what the price is on. Maybe it's something I could consider. The more I look at it, the more I think maybe. What do we got down here? This brace, this support beam or whatever down here. Can't really see where it bolts to. It got mangled pretty good, but it looks like the subframe itself is actually okay. And this isn't overly important. I mean, that's going by my grandpa's sayings, all right? Of course it's important. But my grandpa always said, you know, he'd get done working on a car, he'd have 30 bolts left over, you know, a few nuts, bolts, screws, and I'd be like, Grandpa, what are all those for? He told me, he said, boy, those are extra parts. Those are extra parts. What? They're not important. Car doesn't need them to run right. Rest in peace, Grandpa. I sure do miss you. That's a man that could fix anything. Absolutely anything. He was a great guy. I do miss him. So as you can see, some of these, I keep wanting to call an Eclipse. Some of these 3000 GTs were single cam. They had that old single cam motor, and those were obviously a lot easier to change a time belt on than the dual cam. But the dual cam is going to be a whole lot more fun. Unfortunately, it's not turbo or anything. But we got a nice engine, hot air intake, very hot air intake, sitting here sucking all the hot air up. I guess it's best that it's on this side away from the exhaust, but still. I honestly, guys, I would go with the factory intake on something like this. Like that, if you're going to do cold air intake, run it out. Run it to your fender well. Run it up under the bumper and be prepared to suck up water. Don't drive it in the rain or snow. But this, it's for looks, man. That's not any good. That's not doing any good sitting there under this hot hood sucking up heat. It gets enough heat soak as it is. Yeah, you know, I don't see any real damage other than the bumper. You replace the bumper, I think the headlight may have a crack, or is that paint? The headlight cracked, and obviously the paint job was shoddy. They did a cheapo paint job where they painted over everything. You know, you got black starting to come through here. But it's still a sharp little car. If for the right price, I'll consider it. It's going back on the watch list. I only came out here to look at it for you guys, but I think I'll put it on the watch list just in case. If it goes cheap enough, this car could definitely turn a profit. And it says it runs and drives. And before you ask why I don't bring a booster pack, I hear that every dang video. Copart does not allow at this yard to bring jumper packs. Can't do it. Can't bring diagnostic equipment. Can't bring booster packs, or you get thrown out. And I prefer not to get thrown out since this is how I make my living. Here's one I don't see out here all that often. This is an No7 HHR, and I don't know why I have such a thing for these cars, but I do. I always have. I think it's because my dad used to have one, and when I see it, it makes me think of him. He had one of these as a company car for years and years and years. So every time I see one, I at least have to look at it. But I'll tell you what, I was looking at this and I was thinking about my uncle. And my uncle's in bad health, and he really needs a better car. And I was like, you know, maybe this would be something. I'm going to be keeping my eyes out. But yeah, I don't think this is going to be the one. Obviously, someone hit it in the back, and the window's knocked out. So immediately, you got to get a window put in. Like that's immediately. The back tires are bald. So the tires are going to need redone, at least that one. This door's been backed into, sideswiped. Looks like the door still functions properly though. So that is not really that big of an issue to me. That's just a minor cosmetic thing. But what I don't like is it's also cosmetic, but the whole front end is kind of out of whack here. You got deep dings all up and down this fender. The fender's overlapping the door. This tire's good. At least got one good tire. So something happened here at some point to the front end. I'm not really sure what, but it pushed everything back. The hood is bent up over there. It is listed as a run and drive. This tire is not very good either. Man, this thing is just, it's dented everywhere. There are major dents everywhere. It's got one good tire back here, and one good tire on the front. So you could swap those around and buy 2 tires. The interior is pretty nasty, and they usually are. These cars, they just don't hold up well. They don't. I still like them. They just don't hold up well. We can always try and see if it'll run. Give it a shot. Give her a chance. And usually the front suspension shot on these two, once they hit about 80,000, whoa. Ooh, it's the door. Good Lord. Wow. Look at this when I open the door. Look. Whew. Okay. Truthfully, once these things hit about 80,000 miles, the front ends are toast. You need new control arms. The bushings in them just get shot. Oh, hey, it may fire right up. Oh, good night. She don't run good. She runs, but not good. So we got a check engine light on. It started out pretty rough. It seems to be idling all right now. Whew, boy. Oh, I smell that smoke. Oh, it smells like straight up oil coming out the back here. Sniff test, I smell that oil. I don't know why I'm continuing to look at it. Well, I guess only because it actually ran, you know, once the idle cleared up. She's actually running pretty decent. I mean, it's a beater for sure. Oh man, what's going on under here? Oh, we got oil everywhere. Look at that. That's all oil, caked in oil down here. We got oil caked all over down here too. Something down here is leaking like a son of a gun. Yeah, the whole underside of this thing is coated in oil. There's a funnel under here. So you know it's been leaking something. Nah, I wouldn't trust that. Not at all. I gave it a shot though, man. You know, if it went cheap like 300 bucks or something, I'd put in a bid of 300 on it. It's a running, driving car. Clean it up, give somebody a good deal on something just to get them a local get around car, a local beater. But yeah, it ain't gonna go for 300 bucks, so we're out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the last one for this video. It's the 05, I believe, Mitsubishi Outlander. I had some of you guys, yeah, the lot number's still on here because this one's ours. This one is ours. So I can show the lot number on this because it belongs to us. 171,979 miles on it. We're just gonna let this thing go, see what it goes for. Hopefully bring at least a few hundred, $300-400. That'd be nice. You know, this is one I regretted buying, and sadly, it's just the way it is. You know, sometimes that happens. So I figured we'd do something we never do, and we actually ran this through Copart. So this is going to be going up in the auction this week, which by the time you see this video, the auction probably already be over. But this is the all-wheel drive. Something is bent in the back. I thought for sure it was the entire rear assembly that was bent, but once we got it here, I got under it and looked at it, and it looked like that side was okay. And you can see we had a flat. We actually had a flat on this one, and we had to stop. When we took this wheel off, I was able to see the control arm under there, and the control arm is bent, the upper control arm. So I thought it was the whole rear axle, but it looks like it may have just been the upper control arm on this. So you can see it destroyed the tire. It ate the tire up. The tire blew, so we had to put the spare on it. And once the spare was on it, it ran and drove just fine. So hey, we've never done this before. This is the first time running one of the cars back through Copart. It's got a rebuilt title now, so it's not salvaged anymore. And you know, we'll come back with the conclusion of this in another video. We'll do a video like Outlander sold or something like that. So stay tuned for that video and see what this thing went for in the auction. Now, real quick, in an effort to avoid confusion, the Mitsubishi Outlander is not the one that I sold to the gentleman for $600 to help him out. We actually found another one. That one was an 03 Outlander all-wheel drive in red. This is an 05 Outlander all-wheel drive in red with the same damage to the same wheel which is kind of crazy, and that's the reason I bought it. I bought it because of that. I was like, how crazy is that you find another one with the exact same, or almost the exact same damage? So I bought it and then regretted buying it. So I just wanted to clear that up because I had a lot of people that saw a post on Instagram about this, and you were like, I thought you sold that, you lied, you no, this is a different Mitsubishi Outlander, boys and girls, not the one I sold for $600. All right, boys and girls, that's going to be it for this Copart walk around. Again, thank you to all of you for watching. Thank you to Copart Corporate for allowing me to do this, and thank you to the local Yard 18 here at 2829 Southeast 15th Street here in Del City. Come on out here, check these guys out, and hey, they're having a member appreciation day this week. It's going to be this Friday, boys and girls. This Friday, I believe it's 11 o'clock. You need to come on down to this local Copart yard and sign in on the RSVP sheet. Come down here. I'm going to be here. Tim's going to be here. I'm going to see if we can get Weird Beard out here. Maybe, hopefully, we can get Weird Beard out here. We'll see if we can get him here. Maybe we can get Monkey Wrench Mike out here. I don't know. I think he has to work, so Monkey Wrench might not be able to make it. But I'm going to see how many people we can get out here, and I would love to meet any of you that want to come out here and enjoy the member appreciation day. It's going to be a lot of fun. They're supposed to have a dunk tank, and I think the general manager is going to be in it. So if you ever got a car without keys, or you got a car that wasn't what you wanted, oh, you come out here and get your shot. Get your shot at the GM, or I think it's GM. I hope it is. It could be. I don't know which manager it is, to be honest with you. Somebody big is going to be here, and you're going to get the chance to dunk them underwater. So come on out here, join the fun. It's going to be a great time. I look forward to seeing you. Stay safe out there, everybody. I will catch you all very soon in the next one.